Well, good morning. Hope you're having a great start to your day. And I'll wait for a moment or so here for a few people to come on, and appreciate you very much as you join in with us another week of our podcast here and Facebook Live. And Michael, good morning. Rosalinda, Nativity, and Lee. Good morning, Lee. How are you? Linda. Nice to have you on. Rosa. And Nick from our staff is on this morning. Lisa. Good morning, Lisa. Maria. We appreciate you guys. Thanks for coming on. Another Linda. And Anita from Ireland. Good afternoon. Nice to have you on, Anita. Linda from St. Jude, Quebec. 3 Lindas at least. Claudette, bonjour. And another Linda. Now we've got 4. Madeleine, how are you? From Temiskaming, Quebec. We love you guys. Thanks so much. Marie from Alberta. 6:30 in the morning. And Nellie, good morning to you. Catherine from British Columbia. Wow. 5:30 in the morning. Denise from Alberta, right? Denise, I got it. And Jeanette from our staff. Wendy from Markham. Good morning, Wendy. We appreciate you very much. Karen, Fran from Tilsonburg. Dave from Windsor. My old stomping grounds. Yvonne, I used to do Lynn Martin show there once a month for about, 20 years. Good morning, Maria and Deb. We appreciate you guys. Connie, good morning. Okay, couple of more and then we'll get going. Shelley, we thank you so much, okay? And Joanne, here we go. Anna, Yolande, nice to have you on. Here we go. Story out, I saw it on the weekend, so it probably came out last week sometime on the artificial sweeteners. Okay, so if you listen to me 25, 30 years ago, I said the case is sort of pending, meaning that we didn't have, when people were drinking, especially diet soda, diet pop, we didn't have exactly what that did to the body. I always suspected it wasn't great, but for a lot of people, that was a big difference for them getting off of sugar, including my father. My father was, I always tell the story that my dad was one of the first guys in the world to drink diet pop. And, in the 1960s, 67, 68, they had Tab. I think they got rid of it, finally. And in those days, you drank Diet Tab or Diet Fresca. I think Fresca was around, and maybe it still is. I said, Dad, how can you drink that stuff? It tastes like urine. Ugh. Remember, we're going back to the 1960s. So Diet Pop, Diet Soda for my American friends, has been around a long time. Now, new studies, that have come out have said this, One came out last week, and I think the other one came out at the end of the week, so I flagged one early last week, and then I flagged the last one on the weekend, but here's what they're saying. One, Your body thinks, even though you're having a diet pop with saccharin and sucralose or all those artificial aspartame, what they're doing is tricking your body. But your blood sugar doesn't go up. Okay, so that's what they thought the biggest benefit would be, is that your blood, if you're diabetic or you wanted to get rid of sugar, well, your blood sugar's not going up. Yes, okay, so they find out that that's pretty well true. Your blood sugar's not going up. But your cells become less sensitive to insulin, because your body is sort of tricked into thinking sugar is coming. So now your body is getting ready for the secretion of insulin. That's one thing. And the studies are pretty interesting on that. But, and this is a few years ago, we found out that diet drinks, okay, with fake sugar, change your microbiome, okay? We didn't know exactly how it did it, but now the research is showing that it does two things in the bacteria of your stomach. One, the area that it seems to affect the most is your epithelial level, okay? Your epithelial level is a single cell long, it's so microscopic you can hardly find it, but you have a little barrier there, okay? I've talked to you about this many a times. You got a barrier between your gut and your blood, okay? The gut-blood barrier, and it really is made up of a lining of little epithelial cells, and they are fed by your bacteria. Now, apparently, when you drink diet pop, that layer gets affected. That layer gets affected. So now it's affecting the blood-gut barrier, allowing bad stuff to get into your bloodstream. Okay? And the study is also showing that your microbiome changes, where bad bacteria can flourish in the absence of sugar. You're not putting sugar in there, you're putting fake sugar, but it still has an effect on the gut bacteria, providing fuel to your bad guys. Just like sugar does. You know me and don't feed the bears, right? Don't feed the bears with garbage. Apparently, this is real bad garbage too for the microbiome. The microbiome. So, why the reset? One of the reasons on the reset, because a lot of people are hooked on diet soda. A lot of people are hooked on that stuff. And with the reset, of course, you're not having that. You're not allowed that. And the reason one of the reasons that I get you to do that is because I'm trying to form habits in a person, okay? Now again, human psychology, here's it is, 101. It takes 3 weeks to form a habit. You need to flip out, if you can, your diet soda. Doc, give me a break. I'm trying to give you a break. I'm trying to be on your side. But I've got to bring out the research that tells you, one, it's affecting insulin resistance, which is one of the things on the reset. This is the primary thing I'm fixing. We're fixing your insulin resistance. When you fix insulin resistance, you're fixing just about everything else. Two, you're helping to fix your gut, your microbiome. So it's really important to wean you off, get you off of fake sugars. I know one of the greatest things you can do is get off sugar. One of the greatest things you can do. If you do nothing else but get off sugar, you've made a huge step in your life. You really have. And I applaud you. I am on your side. I want you to succeed. But the more we know, the more I want to tweak. And it's forming habits, like have water instead. Have water instead. Get used to drinking water. It's a habit. It's a great habit. I was reading a study on the weekend about water and how it affects, even in diabetes, how good water is for you. Even with insulin in the brain. It's amazing. Vitamin W. So what I'm trying to do is switch your habits. Yeah, but Doc, I don't like water. I didn't say you had to like it. You will. Trust me. Trust me. And thousands of you have found out that you can get off the sugar, right? You get off the sugar. You bring sugar down. You go, you know what? And then, after the reason, you know what? That's too sweet. I don't like that anymore. Thousands of you have given me testimonies over the years, thousands. You know what, Doc? I lost my sweet tooth. Well, good for you. You've done an amazing job on that. Good for you. Can I ask you to tweak it even more? Getting used to drinking water? Okay. That's not going to be easy for me. I didn't say it was going to be easy. Especially if you like your diet pop. But you know what? Now the research is coming out and it's pretty conclusive. It's not, come on, all those chemicals and all that, we knew it wasn't good. We just didn't know exactly what it was doing to the body. And I'm sure we'll find out even more. And if you're coming off sugar, and you have a diet pop here and there, I'm not going to make a federal case out of it. But if you want to know what you should do, this is an important factor for you. It's an important factor for you. Get off of that stuff. Get off of that stuff. You don't need it. Drink, and on the reset, of course, I'm very limiting on what you're drinking. Water, your body will thank you. You're drinking 2 liters of water a day, minimum, but 2 liters. Measure it out. And I came to the 2-liter conclusion years ago, years and years ago, probably 25 years ago. How much water? And I have no problem telling you. Because of course, it depends if you're Thursday, it depends on, No, it doesn't depend on anything. I can tell you with great assurance, that you need 2 liters of water every day. That's 64 ounces for my American friends. Every day, 7 days a week, you need vitamin W. Your brain needs it, your heart needs it, your skin needs it, your kidneys need it. Niagara Falls, remember what I called your kidneys? Niagara Falls. You don't want your urine to be concentrated. You want it to be filtered out, pee out all of your garbage, your toxins. Your lungs need water. So many people have trouble with their lungs. They're dehydrated. 90% of every headache is dehydration. I know there's hormones involved and things like that too. I understand all that. But generally, if you could take a med that would get rid of 90% of all headaches in the world, you'd go, holy moly, what kind of a discovery is that? Well, that's what water does. But you need to drink the right amount of water. It's 2 liters, not less, some more. If you're sweating, you work out at a gym, you might need that extra water. And only water is water, guys. Coffee's not water. Juice is not water. Fruits are not water. Okay? There's water in them. You like watermelon? Well, good for you. Doc, it's watermelon. I know. There's lots of water in it. But it's no substitute for you drinking water. It takes a complete different route to your body. And I'm not saying it's bad for you. I'm not. What I'm saying is your body needs that. It does not need Diet Pop or soda. It doesn't. It's chemicals. It's affects your insulin. We got the biggest problem in the world is not a virus. Hello? It's insulin. It's food. Well, imagine a fake sugar is going to elevate your insulin, not your blood sugar. You know, somebody on the weekend, I was looking at someone's, well, I can't remember, I was looking at their blood test or answering a question because they had all this, that's what it was, all the symptoms of diabetes, all of them. But their doctor said they weren't a diabetic because their blood work. I said, well, I don't know how many times I've got to teach this, but I will teach it and teach it and teach it. Blood sugar, for most people, is the last thing to go wrong. Don't wait for your blood sugar to go wrong. Your body is so smart. It's so fearfully and wonderfully made. Your body will do everything it can to keep you away from having blood sugar in your bloodstream. I've taught you this over and over and over again, but I don't mind telling you again. Blood sugar, as Tony Jr. says, is a lagging indicator. It's a lagging indicator, meaning it's one of the last things to happen. You were a diabetic, you know, sometimes years ahead of time before getting the diagnosis. Except the fact that, you know, and I often tell you this, see this forehead here? Okay? Written across my forehead is diabetic. Now, my blood sugars are good, but I don't fool myself. I know I have a tremendous weakness for insulin. Most people do. Again, I bring you back to a study that I brought to you, the CDC. This is 2015, I think. 88% of the population have trouble with what they call metabolic syndrome. That means 88% of North Americans have trouble with insulin. Their blood sugar is higher than it should be, but it's still within normal limits. I don't care. And, I brought to you a week or two ago, we talked about A1C, okay? Your hemoglobin A1C. And how that is, now they're looking at that much more seriously and saying anything above 4.8, you're starting to get into trouble with insulin. I like that. I like that because it's better that you know, isn't it, guys? Isn't it better that we don't deceive ourselves and don't, pat ourselves on the back? You know what? I'm not a diabetic. I'm in good shape, doc. Oh, I don't know. I beg to differ. You do not get away with a bad diet, guys. You don't get away with it. And part of a bad diet is drinking diet soda or, these fizzy drinks or whatever. Oh, doc, there's no sugar in it. Okay, that's good. And sugar's worse. I agree with that. It's worse. Because somebody said, I remember years ago, this is 25, 30 years ago, somebody was saying, well, I'd rather have a Pepsi because at least it's natural. Do you think Pepsi's natural? Do you think Pepsi has natural sugar in it? Don't fool yourself with that nonsense either, okay? Because Pepsi and Coca-Cola and Mountain Dew and all those drinks have Frankenstein sugar. Okay? High fructose corn syrup. I mean, that is the worst sugar in the universe, is that stuff. Okay, so don't, you know what, I'd rather have natural. Then they talk about Pepsi. That's natural? Are you kidding me? No, but seriously, guys, okay? So, look, again, back to the reset. You need to get yourself used to drinking water. Again, I'm on your side. First thing that I will tell you, it's not easy to do that. But it gets easier. Okay? Because when you form a new habit, I've told you about my history of drinking coffee. I started drinking coffee when I was young. Okay? I percolated coffee, the smell. I was talking to a young lady the other day and she had me laughing. She said, Doc, I can't stand the smell of coffee. I said, what planet do you come from? What? You can't stand the smell of coffee? What's the matter with you? Anyway, just shows you, right? Put your thumb up, and you see the fingerprint on it? We're all different. Oh, but there are some people that are very unique. I don't mind telling you that. I was going to use the word weird, but I was told not to use that anymore. It's not, people are sensitive. I can't use the word weird. You're not weird, you're unique. Ooh. But guys, my my grandma, my mom at home, percolated coffee. Oh, I would die, even when I was a kid. But I needed 4 sugars to drink it when I was 14 or so, you know? I needed 4 sugars and cream or milk, and, you know, in there. I couldn't drink it just black, or come on. But I remember, this is unreal. Okay, guys, I'm telling you, I went, and now we're talking 69, when I was in grade 13. I'll never forget it, because I watched my dad get rid of sugar, and you know what? For me, no more sugar in my coffee. I love coffee. And I remember making a decision. I said, no, I got to stop having sugar in my coffee. Can I tell you guys, since 1969, I've never had one chocolate bar, not one. Do I miss them? No. Do I miss sugar in my coffee? No. It gets easier, because as you form habits, of course, you understand that. Right? So when you know, it may be very difficult because you really like the taste of diet soda. I didn't say it was going to be easy, but it gets easier. But it doesn't happen in 1 week. It doesn't happen in 2 weeks. It doesn't even happen. It happens at the end. This is human psychology, human behavior. It takes 3 weeks to form a habit. And the 4th week on the reset, there's a reason I go to 4 weeks. One of them is habits, but it takes that long to change the cells so that you lose complete resistance to insulin. Your body auto-corrects. Amazing. But these are things that are doable. Doable. Switching. Have your coffee, guys. Have your real vitamin C. I'll never give you anything like the reset without coffee on it. Okay? Okay. But isn't that interesting about diet soda? 3 things. Seems to affect your insulin, makes you more insulin resistant. It affects your microbiome, especially at the epithelial layer, in the little layer that makes up your gut-blood barrier, and then it feeds bad bacteria. As bad as sugar? Probably not. But don't feed the bears, guys. Don't feed the bears. Okay? So, you can do this. You can do this. And thousands millions have done it. They've gotten off that wagon, and they've formed some really, really good habits. Okay. So, a couple of questions, and maybe I'll answer them, that I missed on Friday, okay? So sorry about that. I do that. Let me just answer them right now. Nancy was asking about, should flaxseed be ground or left whole? Well, look, I've got a theory on this, and I think I'm right. Okay. I know that, 99% of all the gurus will tell you to grind the flaxseed. Look, if you want to do that, go for it. But you have a human grinder. It's called your stomach. Okay? And look, some of you don't have enough acidity in your stomach. So, you want to fix that, or you might want to grind or, grind your flaxseed. Why do I like flaxseed, by the way? Again, like no other seed. You don't hear me talking about chia seeds. You don't hear me talking about, I don't mind hemp seeds. I don't. Don't smoke them. Okay? But they're not flax seeds. And flax seeds, I even allow on the reset. Now, look, if you have trouble with diverticulosis or whatever, then give your gut a break and don't use them. But the reason I like them more than anything else, it's just science, guys. You know what it is? Flax seeds have lignans, and lignans decrease your estrogen. One of the biggest problems in society today is insulin. It's a growth hormone. And the second one is estrogen. It's a growth hormone. And men, that gives prostate cancer. Women, it gives breast cancer, gives ovarian cancer, uterine cancer, fibroids. Estrogen dominance is a huge, huge, huge problem in our society today. And one of the ways to help is to eat lignans. And there's nothing that's got 100 times more lignans. There's nothing better than flaxseed. I'm sorry for the people that don't like what I say. I'm just telling you, that's what they're made of. And so when you get on the internet and say, well, flax will elevate your estrogen, my word, what? Where did they get that? Okay? It's the opposite. So I like them. Okay? I really do. Okay. Now, Mary Claire, what is the best way to protect against a blood clot? Well, vitamin W is the best. You want to thin your blood out naturally? You want it so it's not so gluey? See, one of the things your body screams is, I wish we had a little bulb on top of our head that would go, water, water, add water. We don't. But it's so important to your 60,000 miles of blood vessels. Need your blood, okay, your circulatory system are rivers and streams, little tributaries. Do you know what I'm talking about? To your brain, to your toes, your eyeballs, everything needs water. Your blood needs to move. And if you're dehydrated, it's one of the biggest problems in heart disease. Insulin and a lack of H2O. And unfortunately, it's so dismissed. It's so dismissed in modern medicine. And if you're on any medication, I don't care what it is, from thyroid to high blood pressure, you are constantly dehydrated by medication. It's a modern day phenomenon more than any other time in our history because of medication and because of all the substitutes for water. And if you go to any medical school, they won't teach you to drink water. They'll teach you to drink fluids. Not the same, guys. You need to drink more fluids. No, you don't. You need to drink more water. Now, of course, vitamin C coffee, yes. Okay. You know me. No, but think about it, guys. Like that is such an important concept. It's so important for your health. You're not sick. You're dehydrated. That's making you sick. I'm telling you. Okay. Okay. I'm getting excited. Okay, wait. We got a couple of more, but I'll finish those, okay? I do have them flagged, and I will do them this week, even before question and answer, or I'll add them to Fridays. Okay, guys, thanks for watching as usual. A couple of housekeeping things. Get your friends if they can't join us live. I understand a lot of people can't join us live. Share this with them, and if they're not a member of the Martin Clinic Facebook group, share, tell them how to join or get them to join. You can get your friends and family to do that. Tell them about the Doctor Is In podcast. It's a very popular These are all turned into podcasts. They do, don't ask me how they do it, but they edit these things and take the introduction when I say hello to people, of course, and they edit these and become our podcast, okay? And the Doctor Is In podcast. So you can sign up on your smart device, okay? You're smart and you have a device, you have a smart device. Why do they call them that? I guess you got a smartphone, or I don't know. Okay, guys, we love you dearly, and I mean that, and we appreciate you. You have no idea, okay? Talk to you soon.